name is Rick, sometimes known as the Faithful Narrator. Welcome to episode 17 of my Sunless Sea Zubmariner Let's Plays. When we last left off, we were exploring the map above and under the sea. In this episode, we have a chat about Salt's rights, and my sea captain has a moment of something with the Cladery Heir. Let's call it affection. That seems like a nice word for it, and we're running out of oxygen. Impatience. Are you kidding me? How far across the ocean? Oh, go up, running out of air. We're running out of air. It's not in the... This is not a choice. Whew. Oh, a baked breeze rises, the improbable scent of stone, out of some distant desert. You are close to the salt lions. A row of watchful Z-bats perch on the ship's railing. Their heads... Oh, crap! While I'm talking, we're under attack. Alcaeus-class corvette? Oh, go away. We can outrun you. They're bigger, they're stronger, they've got good guns, but we are a speedboat. Just try and keep up with us. That's what the whole fuel economy thing being so bad is about. Alright, come get me now, you punk. So, what was I talking about? A row of watchful Z-bats perch on the ship's railing. Their heads swivel in unison as you cross the deck. Okay, I'm being watched by Z-bats. Great. We found the salt lions, which is an interesting place. It's sort of like the sphinxes from the pyramids in the Untersee. Two basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. There is a vast sorrow in their empty eyes, possibly because somebody is taking them apart, or at least one of them. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Picking. There's a supply dock below. I can visit the Unmakers. I can carry Sphinx Stone to London, which, I can't actually really do that. And then there is Salt's rights, and I can compile a port report. Here's why I'm really happy to see the salt lions. They're one of the easiest and best ways to make money early in the game, so long as you have enough room in your hold. Which, we do not. We are carrying a bit too much, but if we go out a little bit, turn around, come back on the way to London, we might, so it's worth checking. What else? So, here's a brief primer. Salt's rights. The face of the northern sphinx is all but gone. Lost faces are sacred to Salt, they say. You are drawn there. To what end? Salt's voice is distant but clear. There are little hints in the game that the gods of the sea, salt, and stone, if I have that right, are actually forms of madness, that they do not really truly exist in the context of the game. They are something that happens to you if you spend too much time at sea. But within the game, for something that maybe doesn't really exist, the gods can curse you, and they will mess up your game if they do. So in other words, they exist, but maybe they're just not real. They're just inside your head or whatever. And I love that idea. So it's possible that the gods of the sea, even in the game, aren't real, but it doesn't matter that they aren't. They have a real effect anyways. So Salt's voice is calling me. I hope Salt doesn't call collect. Into the Z. Dive from the Sphinx's face, down a clean arc into the Z's chilly darkness. Float there in the quiet until your lungs are bursting, until light blooms behind your eyes. Rise, gasping to the prickle of false stars, the shocked faces of your crew. You've brought something with you. That's all for now. You've gained 7 terror. Your God of the Z Salt's attention quality is gone, which I'm cool with. And I now have an extraordinary implication, which, great, if I ever need one of those, whatever that is. It says, how can such a thing be? Who but you could understand what it means? Well, maybe we'll meet someone. The terror situation is kind of bad news. The terror is the factor that's going to make me turn around and go back to London pretty soon. I'm not going to go out much further because other than killing things, there's not a lot of effective ways of reducing terror, although my house back at London will do it rather nicely. And so the moment we start running a little lower on fuel and supplies, we're going to turn around, maybe stop by here. We'll see where we are along the way. If it's too far out of our way, no, we won't do that. In the meantime, we're sort of running on port reports. We haven't been making very much money from quests. We've only really completed one, and we haven't sold off all the junk from that yet. So, compile a port report. Time, basalt, dissolution. Notes for the Admiralty. Record the activities of the Unmakers, such as they are. Rite of Stone and Silence. You now have one of this, a port report. Okay, what else you got? No, carry Sphinxstone, we can't do that. There are no shops. We're basically done here. Was just noticing my veils are rather low, and we've got more than a few secrets. So let's see, what can we do about that? What about bump up the iron a couple? Sure. Spend the secret to improve your iron, unless it's higher than 100. Oh, how about, let's see, there's 1, maybe 2, and let's see, how about, who does veils? Is it you? Yes. How about, oh, I've got 9. How about 1? Complex knowledge. She's serious once she gets talking. There's hard edges under the bluff and banter. You've lost a secret, but gained a veil. Okay, how about 2? And maybe 3. I guess I'll save the rest for now. We met the Cladery Heir's father. I wonder if you'd want to know about that. Speak to. Oh, I can't. She becomes more talkative when she has something to cut. Perhaps you can get her to say more about her father. Increase your hearts. Proposition the Cladery Heir, despite her ironical eye. I have absolutely no idea what she might have to say, so go for it. Interesting. No caresses. She undresses you and stands scowling at you as if choosing where to make an incision. Then, fingertips and the point of her tongue. She is not exactly impatient, but determined and precise, and she knows exactly what will produce the most intense sensation. Your vision blackens near the end, but she never quite goes too far. When you are too drained and dizzy to move, she gives you a smug look that you could possibly interpret as affection. You have begun an affair with the Cladery Heir. You have fraternized with one of your officers, and you've lost 5 terror. I wonder if there will be any consequences to this action. It hasn't opened her up in any other way, so not so far. Let's go exploring again. Let's check the map. Okay. Oh, not far from anything. Easy to get fuel in places. Oh, this is... Conditions for exploring could hardly be more ideal. We could even go under the ocean. Pirate frigate. We need the lower terror, and you are it. Oh, you. We're out of ammo with the main gun. Another reason why we need to go to London. That took way too long. You have finished opening a cache of curiosities. You've gained supplies, fuel, crates, the source of sustenance, the fundamental element of cargo. A crate of fuel, coke, like coal, but more so, as the Department of Infernal Rarefactions would have it. We've got a what now? We've gained more fuel, which is just perfect for going under the ocean with. Let's see. Oh, just a little bit further. We're doing so well. Finding out all sorts of good stuff. Fraternizing with officers, always a good time. We're starting to go through supplies faster than fuel. Discovered Skylar's End. Oh, I can't stand it. We've gone too far without going under the ocean. And yet we've discovered something, so I have to go look at it. We've discovered Nuncio. Okay, I'm doubling back to see what's under the ocean after this. Let's go see what these people have to say. Discovered McMaster's Haven. 50 fragments gained. Oh. Your father's bones. Reclaiming a parcel. Huffam told you your father's bones had been sent to Mr. Voluminous, but misaddressed to the wrong door. I wasn't really trying to find this, but it's sort of central to my character's quest. Claim your parcel from the dead letter office. You tell your story to the drooping, cadaverous postman behind the grating. He doesn't give you any sign of interest or understanding. By the time you've finished your story, you're wondering if he might be dead. Perhaps no one has got around to closing those yellowed and staring eyes. But at last he jerks into life. What was the name again? Oh, they must be somewhere in the crypty windings of the dead letter office, I see. So close. I'm sorry, the postman yawns. I have something under voluminous, but you'll need to specify the address before I can release it. You begin to protest that it's your father's body that they're holding, but the postman takes refuge in bureaucracy. You do learn that it wasn't addressed to your home, your family home, the harbor master, or any other address that you can think of. The postman drums his fingers dispassionately on the oilskin package, just inches away behind the arm-thick iron bars. He sees you crane your neck and turns the address side down. Sorry, we can't be of more assistance, he chants. Just as you're turning to leave, he adds, it does list the Fathom King as the return address. Perhaps you can find him. So first the guy's a jerk, and then he kind of gives me a helpful clue, but it's sort of this, sorry, Mario, your princess is in another castle kind of, I have a term for that I could use, some people would say. I'm going to skip it for now. Find the Fathom King's hold somewhere in the south or central under Z to continue. Oh, south or central, but... Alright, here we go. Well, do you have any shops? You do. If we were low on fuel and supplies, which we're not, we have yet another place we could return to. This is fantastic. This is a central hub in the middle of nowhere, so far as I know. Alright, Nuncio, what do you have for me? Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. What can I do? I could go to the postman's tavern. I could explore along the beach. I could assemble a port report. I literally just got here and saw a statue and got jerked around by a guy at the post office. Assembling a port report at this moment seems a bit premature. Let's go to the postman's tavern. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in postman's uniform like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. I could listen to tall tales. I could ask about the local currency of rats. I could ask about the big statue. I can go back to the docks, and I can allow the Cladery Heir to offer her services. She could remove the call from a postal worker. They wouldn't be a worker anymore, of course. Interesting. Let's do that. The hairless postwoman won't hear of it, but you do get one taker. I miss London, he says. I'm tired. The inside of my mouth tastes like stamp glue. Blunt Thomas gives you a bottle of rum in the use of the basement. No amenities, but I don't fancy cleaning the blood off a better floor. The patient takes off his uniform for the last time and lies on the cold floor. No spectators, says the Cladery Heir harshly, and puts you out of the room. She comes out later with a scrap of skin from the patient's chest. The patient follows, whistling a tune from Mahogany Hall. You know of a Cladery souvenir, you know of a Cladery treatment Nuncio. I feel like I helped someone, and I'm fine with that. So let's see what's left. Assemble a port report. No, a little soon for that. Go to the postman's tavern. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. I can listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance, letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, the delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. What's the downside? A comment or a like is a good way to let me know it. If you'd like to support my small channel, tell a friend. Anyone that likes steampunk, Victorian England, or audiobooks might like this. Thanks for watching.